Welcome back. David Brenner, Jimmy McDonald with you at the National Ice Rink in Cardiff. And the next fight we're going to see involves Floyd Havard, the former super featherweight champion of Great Britain, against Kamy, formerly of Uganda, but now rather nearer home, Tottenham in North London. Here's Kamy. Kamy, named Kamy, came over from Uganda, now domiciled in North London. Not a bad little record either. Beaten the former British champion, Gary DeRue. And here comes the former super featherweight champion of Great Britain, Floyd Havard of Swansea. Some 8.5 years ago, or what am I talking about, 4.5 years ago it was, that wonderful night in Aberavon, and Havard won the title against Pat Cowdell. And coming into this fight, off a win against Thunder Aya. Here's Glyn Potter.
With Matchroom Boxing, present the third contest of the evening. It is a super featherweight contest of 8 rounds, 3 minutes each round. Will you welcome, please, from Highgate, Kamy.
I like to see Kamy's corner. Kamy's Vernon Van Reel.
Vernon Van Reel, the entertainer.
Of course, knowing both guys, we've got the former British champion Floyd Havard, who's also a southpaw, against Kamy, who I've sparred with on numerous occasions myself, who's a good right-hand puncher himself, which is always the danger for a southpaw, of course.
Star referee, Mr. Adrian Morgan, 8 rounds, 3 minutes each round.
Adrian Morgan in charge of this one. And Havard, who hasn't really had the best of luck during his career.
Floyd suffered difficulties with hand injuries and so forth, and he's a real talented young man. He's been a British champion. I'm sure his aspirations are there again, and he'll be looking to put an excellent performance in front of his own fans tonight.
Yeah, we saw his record coming in. The only one defeat on his record to John Doherty when he lost his title. It was jinx on the super feather title. Kamy coming into this fight back in tail end of October against a crushing one-round defeat at the hands of the hot young prospect Billy Schwer. I suspect Schwer might also knock over a few more in '92. He's a good kid.
Yeah, Kamy's mixed in good class throughout his professional career. He really has. He's fought all the names.
And I tell you, Kamy can bang a bit. Of his 6 wins, all of them, I'll repeat, all of them by KO.
Probably we might find tonight, you might find Floyd is very elusive, and he'll find him difficult to nail with a clean right hand, and also may suffer against the great hand speed that Floyd Havard possesses.
Well, Havard is still only 26.
Yeah,
he seems to have been around an awful long time.
Good experience campaigner,
Yeah, amateur and pro.
Amateur and pro, and a man who's determined to get his career back on the right tracks.
Was he ever lined up as a possible opponent for you, Jim?
We've never really got within sort of crossing paths with one another. Floyd was still boxing as a top amateur when I was the reigning European champion, and my career was on a sort of different avenues to Floyd's, and But I'm a great lover of boxing southpaws. Especially when he was good
Is,
as Floyd Havard.
is anybody?
Good cracking combination there
Good
for
little
Floyd.
1-2.
Yeah, good 1-2 combination, and Kamy absorbed it well.
Well, Havard can bang. Havard is not the sort of bloke who can take you out with a single shot. He'll grind you down and put you away with a little combination.
You know, as the old saying goes, if you chop a tree long enough, it'll eventually crumble.
That's right.
Now, because of Floyd's great speed and fluency, Kamy may be made to look a little bit one-paced, but
Got him!
cracking shot.
Right-hander. Up without a count, but that was a legitimate knockdown. Round one.
He's going to struggle to get through the opening stanza.
Well, he's got some 10-15 seconds to go. Remember, if he goes down, the count would continue after the bell. Got him again, left.
Good, accurate shot. And Kamy's up. Referee's going to have a close look at him.
He'd do very well to get through the opening session, which he has done. That was a good
He
round.
doesn't know where he is. He's gone to the wrong corner. Vernon Bamrell's trying to steer him back to his own corner, but he's obviously heavily shook up. He's dropped twice and he took some heavy shots. I'm sure there's plenty of cobwebs in his legs right now. Let's have a little look at this action. You see not just the accuracy of Havard, but that right hook, which was a good counter to the rather weak flailing left jab of Kamy. There's the second shot, bang, good southpaw 1-2, and Kamy's on his way to the canvas. It's not just the accuracy from Floyd Havard, there's also a tremendous amount of speed, and he could be more than pleased with his opening round.
Well, I guess the question must be whether Kamy can get through another round.
I've got to say I doubt it. Floyd Havard will be looking to have an early night. The old saying goes, you don't get paid for overtime in this business. And Floyd knows he's got the power to hurt him. Against that, he's got to be just a little bit aware that Kamy will be a little bit desperate now and feel the fight's all but over and be looking to bomb him out of his own right hand. He's a known puncher, and he can never count out a puncher. Floyd looks to me it's a little bit too solid, a little bit too strong and sharp. Good body shot. 1-2 to the head, and he switched that downstairs fast and accurately. And Floyd's gaining a little bit of a reputation as a good body puncher as he's going along, and it's good to see that ploy introduced into the British boxing stance, because we tend to leave it all to the Americans, but the body mustn't be ignored.
Well, despite that 18-month layoff, he certainly looks very, very sharp. Remember, we saw his matchroom debut against Thunder Ayap, the former Commonwealth Super Feather champion. Stopped him in 6 rounds. These body shots are really cutting Kamy in half at the moment.
He's switching them from head to body with ease and great speed and power.
Well, midway through the round,
Kamy's going to struggle to stay in there.
I think the only thing that can beat Havard is carelessness.
Yeah, he's boxing intelligently, he's showing Kamy just enough respect. He's picking away with his shots and counters.
Havard against Paul Harvey would be a tasty little fight, wouldn't it?
Well, I suppose it's out of the question with Paul being a reigning Commonwealth champion and Havard with aspirations of getting on a title of some form, whether it's British, Commonwealth. Well, that's where he'll be aiming for. That'd be one to whet the appetite, though.
It certainly would. It certainly would. But first of all, he's got to get rid of this man.
And Patrick Kamy's still in there, still trying. He's going to be dangerous. for every minute that he's in that ring, because a puncher, we have said, Kamy is. Floyd doing a sensible thing, not getting involved in anything crazy, but just trying to set him up for the good accurate combinations that he's capable of throwing.
Cheers that you can hear. The girl carrying the ring card. Little Christmas cracker.
Just an interesting thing, as we were saying about Floyd, is his fluency, accuracy and speed, and I'm sure you'll see it all in one air. There you go, 3 good quality shots right out the top drawer, and being on the receiving end was Patrick Kamy.
Start of the 3rd round, scheduled for 8 here in Cardiff. Floyd Havard, former champion of Great Britain at this weight. In the red, Patrick Kamy, formerly from Uganda, now from Tottenham in North London, in yellow.
Trying to drive that right hand through Kamy. And full credit to him, he's not laying down, he's biting on his gum shield and trying to come back and take the play away from Havard.
Well, every time that left gets through, Kamy's legs buckle. Kamy nearly got through then.
Yeah, Kamy will keep trying. Yeah, he's a gladiator, he's a warrior, and if everybody else is counting him out, I'm sure he won't be counting himself out. Floyd boxing intelligently and not doing nothing crazy. I just like to see a little bit more fluency in his work, a little bit more variety. Tends to overplay the moves, sticks to the hook cross and then the one down to the body, or a basic straight 1-2 combination, and just like to see him introduce a little bit of feinting and a little bit more variety into his moves. And get Patrick Kamy thinking about, as I say that, Floyd explodes into another gear.
And Kamy getting increasingly desperate now.
Very frustrating, because every time he tries to unload, Floyd Havard seems to be the ghost with a hammer in his hand, and he's not there to be hit, but he's certainly there to land his counters.
Last 10. And looks as though Kamy's got through another one. Has indeed. We're going to take a short break. Join us for the start of the 4th in a moment. Floyd Havard, Patrick Kamy. Kamy down twice in the opening session. Weathered the 2nd and 3rd. I don't think there can be any doubt that Havard is going to win this fight. I guess it's just a question, Jimmy, of when.
Yeah, you know, Floyd was probably seeing a very, very early night and probably underestimated, as we all did, the fighting art of Patrick Kamy. Just looking with interest there into Kamy's corner in between that round, and he's been instructed by Vernon Van Rel to just concentrate on landing a big right-hand knockout shot. And I feel that's possibly Kamy's only chance of victory.
Good shot again.
Havard getting more accurate.
And he drills that left in. Doesn't wind it up, he just shoots it straight out.
Good short jolting shot right from the shoulder. Compact. Very alert, Floyd Havard, and mind 100% on the job. Good consummate professional.
And Kamy seems on the brink of going down every time Havard gets through.
He seems to be walking on the shot.
Havard cut, right eye, and it's a bad cut.
I was going to say, Dave, just before you said that he needs to watch these head clashes, because once or twice they've gone close and the heads have rubbed, and Kamy, that will inject.
It is a dreadful cut, and it is right above the eye, and the blood running into Havard's eye, and he knows this is not going to go 8, and he's got to do a job on Kamy now.
Kamy, as I said earlier, is a gladiator. He'll see that. That'll give him a new shot of adrenaline, and this is now a difficult task, which was already difficult. It's going to become very difficult.
This would be a tragedy for Havard.
Absolutely. Still dangerous, Floyd. Accurate with the counters every time Kamy walks on.
Well, Havard displaying some defensive skills now, and you can see wiping the blood away from his eye, as he can't see the punches coming now.
He really needs to get through this round with as least inflicted damages he can possibly steer clear from. But Floyd's coming back and blazing away with the shots, and Kamy, as game as they come, just walking through everything and trying to, you know, basically worsen the injury, which is the name of the game at the end of the day. Floyd having a dabble at the eye. He's obviously very, very, very concerned. I don't know whether he's been cut in his career before.
Well, no, if he has, I can tell you he's never been cut as bad as this.
But that was the one danger, apart from the power that we know Kamy possesses, was the heads were bouncing once or twice when they got to close quarters.
And Havard rushes back to his corner. Seconds hurl themselves into the ring.
Looks a nasty one though, David. Looks a nasty one.
It's a real bad cut. It's a dreadful cut.
The corner will have to be ultra professional. They'll have to earn their coin now, and Floyd Havard.
And it is in the worst place. A cut can be right over the eye.
Praying silently that cut will hold out. He's obviously in the driving seat. He feels he's got the fight all but won. And now what happens? You get a cut eye. That's boxing.
Adrian Morgan having a very, very close look just off camera, and he's now wandering over. Yes, just had a little look. And he's not very happy, Adrian Morgan. You can see him there.
Let's just see if we can pick up here, Dave, the calls of it. You see Floyd landing the shots. Kamy fighting to get at close quarters, and
that's it.
There's a clash of heads there.
Yeah,
maybe that was the one that done it.
Well, I don't think Adrian Morgan is going to give Havard much more than a round or two if that cut starts bleeding again.
As a fighter looking in and giving a spectacle of a view of a fighter who is cut, who's been in that position myself, it was interesting to see Adrian Morgan letting the caller go to work before marching across and having a close-up, because Floyd's already obviously feeling the stress of being cut, and he basically wants urgent attention from the corner without the referees. I won't say rude interruptions, but interruptions they are. And that was an expert bit of refereeing from Adrian Morgan. 10 out of 10.
That's why he's a star-class referee. Well,
he'll keep his eye on that cut now.
Watch ahead.
He needs to do so, because Kamy must sense this is his way to victory by cut-eye stoppage.
Well, at the moment the cut is holding up, but Kamy hasn't landed a punch on it yet.
Floyd doing the right thing now. He's not looking to get involved in any trade-ups. He's going behind the southpaw jab, trying to keep the fight at long range and not get involved in no close-to-close lock-horn type of contest. Just stay smart, Floyd. Pick away with the boxing and use your feet.
Got him!
Cracking shot.
That's the third time he's been down.
That was the best shot of the fight so far. Accurate southpaw counter.
And you see what I mean about that left hand? It travels so little distance, like a little piston. Got him again.
He was bang on, 3 accurate shots, and Kamy's as game as they come, because he's really absorbed 1 or 2 cracking shots tonight. And he's still hanging in there.
Havard keeping that injured eye turned well away from the onrushes of his opponent, and Kamy badly hurt, forced to hold. Havard pushes him off. Kamy's there for the taking this round. Gonna have a timeout, Kamy. Oh, he's not going to get himself thrown out if he's not careful.
Watching Havard go there in his southpaw stance reminds me of the early day Alaminta. Southpaw.
The eye's bleeding again.
The eye bleeding. And it's in a bad position, Dave, and Floyd so far in front and absolutely dictating the contest.
Yeah, your heart would, well, it's a bad pun, but your heart would bleed for him if he did lose this, because he is skating it.
It certainly won't be a nice Christmas present.
Oh. Now, you know, we've never had a disqualification on Pro Box. Kamy is looking as though he's a contender for the... He has disqualified him. He has disqualified him.
And I'm sure the most relieved man in the all will be Floyd Havard.
Well, the first disqualification we have ever had in Pro Box for persistent, illegal use of the head.
Vernon Van Rel is complaining bitterly.
A 5th round disqualification. Well, we've had about 85 Pro Box shows, and that represents roughly, oh, I don't know, 250, upwards of 250 fights. And we have never, ever had a disqualification until now. Yes. We'll get the official verdict.
After 2 minutes and 55 seconds of the 5th round, the referee has disqualified Kamy for persistent use of the head.
Well, that's what I told you, persistent illegal use of the head. And that verdict now being confirmed by Glyn Potter. And I reckon justice was done there, Jimmy.
Well, from Floyd Havard's point of view, he'd be absolutely, totally relieved. You know, you see Kamy here, as they're exchanging shots, he's still rubbing his head in and trying for the only way at this stage of the fight that victory could have possibly came his way. And, you know, the referee was, in my opinion, absolutely 100% right to disqualify Patrick Kamy for continued dangerous use of the head.
So, justice seemed to be done here in Cardiff. After all, it is Christmas, isn't it? We're going to take another break. The big one's coming up next, Regan against Ampofo.